My name is Kerri Orzech, and I am married to Dan, and we have two daughters, Olivia, she's 19, and Sophie is 16. And we've been coming to Grace Church for almost 6 years. When Olivia was born, I knew she needed to know who God was. I knew there was an importance to our kids knowing who God is. I just didn't understand it still fully. And then around the age of 30 is when I just said, okay, I gave my life to Jesus and was like, this is now yours. Olivia had a leader who, as she was going into middle school, had asked me to step in and help her lead the middle schoolers. And I was like terrified. I'm like, there's no way. So I said, all right, fine. I prayed about it and I said, okay, I'll do this. So I said I would do it. I said, I'll just be there as an adult. I don't want to do any leading. I still don't feel comfortable in this relationship that I have going and what I've learned, but I'll be there. So then I did it for about 2 months, and then I just felt that one day at work that God said, you need to text her and tell her you're taking over Sunday and gonna lead. And I was like, okay. Like I said, I had been terrified up to that point. Like, I can't talk to middle schoolers, I can't talk to high schoolers, they're just too intimidating. And there was a peace that just came over me that when God said you need to text and tell her you're taking over Sunday, it was just peace. Our campus was just kind of getting established in the building, but Olivia jumped right into wanting to see what youth group was about. And some of the adult leaders that were there were kind of phasing out, and I said, okay, well then if they're out, then I want to step in, because I had that experience before and I just was like, I want to do this again. I wanted to be able to grow with the girls as they have grown up. I find it extremely important to invest in the next generation. I feel like I did not want to see my own daughters being persuaded by the world and its influence and the impact that it has on their peers and them. The way we've seen explosion of technology and social media, I was like, I don't want them to be lost in this mess. And it was really important for me to just say, okay, we're gonna walk through this journey of what life has for us, but do it in the best way possible biblically so that we're not getting lost in the mess. Too many times I've seen too many kids who don't have a mentor, so to speak, who can speak into their lives, and then, you know, I don't want to see them make the choices and decisions that we as adults have made that we messed up and learned from. We want to help them learn that they don't have to walk through that same mess, and they don't have to wait till they're 30 to be saved, you know? It doesn't have to be that long. You can look for someone who can help you along the way. God really was showing me that there's nothing to be intimidated with them. They ask the best questions, whereas adults, we can be intimidated and feel like we're gonna be looked at funny because we don't have all the answers. The kids don't feel that way. He wanted me to understand that I may not have the answers, but I could go to him, I could search what his word says, and together the kids and I were learning and growing. The biggest challenge is they buy into the culture way too much. It's so much in their face through social media and TV and music and advertisement, and it's sad. It's really sad because they buy into it and they think that if they don't buy into it, they're gonna miss out on so much in life. And I really try to help them understand that it's just Satan's way of tempting them into going the wrong direction. You know, it doesn't have all the flash and bling that you think it does. You know, it's not the way you really want to go in the long run. I look at life through a bigger perspective of eternity, so to speak, and I really am looking at wanting them to know who God is so that they don't think that the flashy things of the world today is all there is. We have a life after this physical life we're living right now, and we need to help them understand that there's so much more to the story. It's like I want their eyes to just be looking toward eternity and having that hope and that joy and just being able to feel that now, even though things can look terrible. You know, their life circumstances can be upside down and inside out, but there's something better in the long run. And if you can understand that, your heart will then break for the person next to you who's walking in the wrong direction. You have to look at the bigger picture. And as you do that, you will understand how important it is to make disciples. What I tell the kids all the time is I want you to see what God's given me in how I treat you. and it's really important to me to have them understand that that somebody's there to listen to them, that somebody wants to hear their story and walk with them through life, because God doesn't leave us alone, and we don't want them to feel like they are ever alone. I want them to know that God walks with me, and I can walk with them just as He has done that for me.